We're just about halfway through this year, and the Route 66 Centennial Celebration is just getting started. So far, we've kicked off the kicks in Needles, California with a fantastic car show, rolled into Roy's Cafe in Amboy, California, celebrated 20 years of Pixar's Cars in Galena, Kansas, and seen more Muffler Men than I can even count, along with a huge American Giant celebration in Atlanta, Illinois that was unforgettable. All of these adventures and events have been so much fun, but they're kind of starting to get ahead of me. My calendar is packed with more adventures coming up that I'm getting ready to document for y'all. But before we continue getting our kicks on Route 66, I thought now would be a good time to hit the brakes and ask a very important question. Route 66 is turning 100 years old this year, but why does that even matter? For some, this old road may seem like just that, some old road, but I'm here to tell you it's much more. Today, we're going to do something a little different and explore what makes the heart of the Mother Road, why it's so important that we take care of it, and hopefully motivate some of y'all to quit watching these stinking YouTube videos and get out there yourself and experience Route 66 with your own wheels. Before the interstate, there was one road stretching from Chicago to Santa Monica, California that carried America's dreams and everyday families west. Think about that. What it must have been like to traverse this road when it was the only option, the main avenue of travel. I think nowadays we tend to take for granted those straight shots across the desert filled with the "are we there yet?" that we're used to. Beyond this, the road has an even deeper history that has helped to shape its character. Just a couple months ago, we traveled to the town of Seligman, Arizona to celebrate the exact day of the Route 66 centennial. In April 1926, a small group of highway officials met in Springfield, Missouri to settle a months-long dispute over naming a new cross-country road from Chicago to Los Angeles. They originally wanted Highway 60, but after pushback and failed compromises, they spotted an unused number, 66. They quickly sent a telegram to Washington proposing it, and that simple decision gave birth to what we now know as Route 66. That was 100 years ago today, and this celebration is going on all throughout the entire route, all the way from Springfield, Missouri itself to the Santa Monica Pier. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I like to keep this a family affair. So I've sent my mom and my auntie to Santa Monica to document that event, and so we'll sprinkle that footage in with the rest of the video. Okay, so I'm here with my good friend Mauricio, and I was wondering if you could just kind of describe this event. What's going on today?
This event is about celebrating 100 years of the Mother Road. And we are getting together as a community to bring more awareness and affection towards Route 66. As you know, we've got a band playing. They're doing swing music, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. We're all having a great time out here. It was a wonderful celebration and a beautiful day. You know, we had booths and people selling things.
This day was so special, with events going on not just in Seligman, but also a huge celebration in Springfield, Missouri, the exact birthplace of Route 66, and other awesome events at the Santa Monica Pier and Monrovia Historical Museum in California. Route 66 really is the Mother Road of America. In fact, it got its nickname the Mother Road due to it being the lifeline of both migrants during the Dust Bowl and families across the country's history. This name was first mentioned in John Steinbeck's famous book, The Grapes of Wrath, saying, "Highway 66 is the main migrant road, waving gently up and down on the map, the Mother Road, the road of flight." Whether families were chasing their hopes of a better life during some of the country's hardest times, or just cruising along its winds and curves, making memories at every motel, diner, and roadside attraction, the road was there, a symbol of both travel and forward movement. Here in Seligman is a great example of just one town that the Mother Road has had such a significant impact on. It was really fitting that an event take place here celebrating the route's 100th anniversary, with it not just being one of the main stops along the Arizona portion of the route, but also with the start of the road's preservation work beginning right here in Seligman. This is all thanks to one man, Angel Delgadillo, and his dream to keep his town alive and revive the very road that served as a way of life for not just his business, but all businesses and towns along Route 66. When I was in Seligman, I made sure to pick up a copy of Angel's new book, The Road to Happiness, and just reading about his experiences living life in Seligman, both the good ones and the not so good ones, has been so impactful. It's amazing to think about how life changed overnight for those in these small towns when the interstate was first constructed. Once it opened, bypassing all of these businesses that were once relied on for everyday travel, traffic through these towns plummeted, saving just 10 or 15 minutes of driving time. This was devastating for these businesses that relied so heavily on that daily traffic. However, with Angel's genius idea of making the route historic, that life resource is still rolling today with both road trippers and travel seekers alike. This is why it's so important that us adventurers keep putting the trip in road trip when it comes to Route 66. By us traveling this road, we're keeping the spirit of every small town along it alive. It's unreal coming to these locations, and especially these events this year, and seeing so many people come from around the world to experience the route themselves. Hearing so many different languages and seeing so many different cultures come together in this way, it's unbelievable. This is by far my most favorite part of traveling along Route 66, the people. It's one of the few roads where every stop has a story about the folks who have made their small part of the road home. Along the route, the strangers you meet may very well become lifelong friends. And that's just it. That's what makes the heart of Route 66. It's not the views or the photo ops, it's the relationships and memories that are formed. This is another reason why the Route 66 Centennial is so important. So many have been impacted so deeply and remember traveling along Route 66 during their childhood. Unfortunately, with screens and technology taking over, we aren't as encouraged to take a step back and enjoy the slow moments. But I've come to find that my most defining moments in life weren't while playing Angry Birds, but were in the present moment, out enjoying this beautiful world. Route 66 promotes presence, taking time to smell the roses. It allows us to get outside of our comfort zone and get lost. And when we're lost, that can be the best time for us to really find ourselves. The memories of past generations on Route 66, we can relive those memories with today's and future generations. We can help them to find themselves and their most defining moments. And with all that's going on to preserve this special road today, y'all won't just be driving through the past. Route 66 is ever growing, and the newest additions made to the road are a must-see. I know I talk about Mufflemen a lot, but I don't care. I'm gonna talk about them again. Returning back to Tulsa, Oklahoma after so long was so exciting for me, knowing about all the recent hard work that has been done, thanks to the amazing imagination of Mary Beth Babcock to create Tulsa's own Land of the Giants. Okay, so I have to ask, how does it feel to be Mary Beth, as you pretty much put Tulsa, Oklahoma back on the Route 66 map in a giant way? How does it feel?
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of all my big babies. They're out there doing what they're supposed to do. Buck's whole mission was to help revitalize Route 66, and I think he's done it.
It's always great to see old friends when traveling on the route. How you doing, my old friend? We've let too much time pass. And of course, meet some new ones. Just these new additions to Tulsa alone really show how Route 66 is keeping up with the times and continually growing. And it looks like there is still some room here if you want to be a part of this. As you can see, Route 66 is much more than just some old road. And these are just a few of the reasons why this Centennial Celebration is so significant. With its deep history, amazing people, slow moments, and new growth, Route 66 really is the heart of the country. At the beginning of this video, I said we'd explore what gives the route its heart and why it's so important that we take care of it. But beyond that, the last thing I mentioned, I'm gonna leave up to you. Route 66 will always be there as long as we keep driving it. So, this centennial year, are you gonna get out there? Learn that history, meet those people, enjoy the slow moments. This centennial year is your opportunity to get outside of your comfort zone, find yourself, and of course, get your kicks on Route 66. I'll see you on the route. Have you ever wondered what it might look like if Lightning McQueen was a Corvette?